hurt people. They were talking about even going to jail. It was my fault. I sat there and go, what did I do wrong? How can I learn from this? Where is my part to play in this?
Hey there, future champions. Are you tired of living an ordinary life? Do you feel like you're not reaching your true potential? Well, today is your lucky day because I'm going to share with you some powerful advice from the extraordinary Andrew Tate that will transform your life. In this video, you're going to discover 7 life-changing principles that will turn you into an exceptional man, someone who takes charge of their destiny and dominates in every aspect of life. So, if you're ready to unleash your true potential, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's dive right in. Number 1. Be an exceptional man, not an ordinary one. Ordinary people settle for mediocrity, but extraordinary men strive for greatness. Andrew Tate emphasizes the importance of standing out from the crowd, excelling in your pursuits, and never settling for less. By embracing this advice, you'll set yourself on a path of continuous self-improvement and achieve feats you never thought possible.
In the world we live in today, being a normal man or below normal is going to be terrible. You have to be an exceptional man because the sexual marketplace, especially, even if you just want to find a wife, is globalized. In 1955, if you met the hot girl in the Nebraskan town, she was the hot girl in the Nebraskan town. If you meet her today, she's being offered to go to Courchevel and go skiing in France, and she's being offered to fly to Dubai. And there's millionaires who can just fly her anywhere and give her anything she wants. And who are you? Right? It's getting harder and harder as a man to even find the most basic human function of reproduction. Even to just find a woman you can reproduce with is becoming more and more difficult. You also couple that with the fact that they've destroyed morality in women also. So when you destroy the morality in men and you destroy how a man should act, and then you destroy how a woman should act, you're both going in the opposite direction. Most women out there are very happy to share a man who's just rich and famous, and they don't care.
It's
right? So if you're the normal guy, you know, there's this rich famous guy with 30 girls. That's 29 dudes who are lonely. And they end up watching porn. And if you have a porn addiction or you have a problem with porn, you have a problem with yourself, because I guarantee if you're the kind of man you're supposed to be, you would have no time for that.
Number 2. Take personal accountability for your actions and choices. Instead of pointing fingers at external factors, Andrew Tate urges us to look inward and acknowledge our shortcomings.
I take accountability for everything in my life. Even going to jail, although it was unfair, although it's a matrix attack, although it's garbage, it was my fault. I sat there and go, what did I do wrong? How can I learn from this? Where is my part to play in this? What did I do? Because my actions are what I have the most control over. I have self-accountability for everything. If a woman doesn't want to sleep with me, I don't sit and say, women are this way, society's that way. I just sit and say, okay, why? What can I change? So any man who's loading up porn needs to go have a long conversation in the mirror and realize that he's not desirable or as desirable as he should be or could be. I come from absolutely nothing. I'm mixed race. My father was black and my mother's white. So statistically, mixed race, single mother household, bad area. I ticked every box to end up in jail. I ended up in jail for the wrong reasons. I guess
you fulfilled your destiny.
Can't escape statistics. I ticked every box to be a delinquent, and I refused to be one. I absolutely and utterly refused to be a delinquent. I said, no, that's not who I want to be. I want to be a superhero. And I know the only way to be a superhero is to 1, suffer, like Batman did, his parents died, and 2, work hard.
Number 3. Perform your duty at all costs. Andrew Tate encourages us to embrace responsibility and uphold our obligations.
A man has a duty to his last name. I think we carry the last name. We have a duty to our last name. I am a Tate. I am my father's son. The reason my father is discussed so heavily is because of my monumental success. I keep him alive via my success. I would love to think my son does the same thing. They will talk about my son in a way where they're so interested in his life path that I must be discussed by extension, and then I live forever. So I have a duty to Tate. I have a duty to my last name. I must perform. And this is what I said to my mother on the phone. I'm a Tate, it's fine. Oh, but the conditions are bad, yeah. That's life. And even as a man today, you're waking up, you want to load up a porn website, you should have respect for your last name, and you should sit and say, is this who I am? Is this what I do? A lot of this comes down to the things we discussed at the very beginning. Self-respect, honor, dignity. Well, you have no dignity? I have too much dignity for that shit. And a lot of these men have no dignity, no self-respect, And it's all an extension. It extends of why they're never going to be who they could be and also what they do to cope with that. And yeah, porn is a coping mechanism.
Whether it's in our personal relationships, careers, or society, being a reliable and dependable person earns respect and builds a foundation for success. Number 4, a strong body and a strong mind go hand in hand. Andrew Tate advocates for taking care of our physical health, hitting the gym, and building our mental fortitude through reading, learning, and expanding our knowledge.
I think a strong body is a strong mind. I don't think there's anything wrong with a man exercising up until the age he dies. Why wouldn't he? I think that the bottom line of masculinity since the dawn of human time has been a propensity and a capability for violence. I think that's what makes a man a man. I don't see any possible negative connotation with being in good physical shape. I think that's a fantastic way to show discipline, which is very important, and any man who's important, especially a world leader. In fact, I love the idea of an elected world leader being in fantastic physical shape. I think it shows that they're a motivated, disciplined person, and I have a lot of respect for him for that. And I think that in the military, we make it mandatory, right? To be in fantastic physical condition.
Yes.
So why wouldn't we have it mandatory for people who are in charge of the entire world? I think it's fantastic.
When your body and mind are in sync, you become an unstoppable force. Number 5, strong man provides stability.
Hurt people hurt people. They were talking about a relationship, and I said, that's true. If your heart's been broken, you're probably going to be a bit of an asshole and break someone's heart. Hurt people hurt people. And then I thought, well, if you're a weak man and you're going through life and you don't have the strength and resilience to resist the trials and tribulations of being a man, and you're constantly hurt by everything, and you're constantly upset and depressed and sad because you're weak, how could you possibly do good? Hurt people, right? To do good, you have to be a good person to begin with, and to be a good person, you're virtuous and you've gone through a lot of things that made you strong. This is what's mind-bending to me, that the idea that strong men are somehow bad. And it's the ultimate hypocrisy, because as soon as something happens, especially physically, as soon as a liberal is attacked, they call the police. Defund the police! Call the police. Don't be masculine! Police officer, please. They want a big, strong man with a gun. Guns are bad. They want him to have one, right? So the ultimate hypocrisy on every level is absolutely and utterly insane. At the base realities of humanity, the absolute base reality, strength in men is respected and wanted. And I think that the closer you get to unfortunate circumstance, the closer you get to reality. They go hand in hand. And then everyone's looking for the strong men. So strong men should always lead, I believe. And for a longest period of human time, that's how society functioned. The strongest men led. But in the Western world now, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. And weak men are emotionally led. They're not particularly stoic. They're impulsive. And I would say that the most heinous acts, perhaps, that happen in modern society today are purported and committed by weak men. I don't think a school shooter is a strong man. I think it's a weak man. I think it's a man who's been picked on, got butthurt, is upset, girls don't like him, never learned any emotional control. He's the kind of person who does exactly what the TV tells him to do. Act out your feelings, cry when you want to cry. Well, now he's angry, so now what? You told him to act out his feelings. What do you expect him to do? I think that weak men do the worst things. I think weak men hurt women. I think weak men rob stores because they don't want to wake up and work hard and go to work and do it the honorable way. It's a weak man who goes and steals. It's a weak man who beats the shit out of a girl. It's a weak man who shoots up a school. This is all weak men stuff. And society as a whole is telling men to be weaker and weaker, saying it's somehow the solution to everything because being a man is toxically masculine. Being a strong man is bad. It's toxically masculine. To be a good man, you have to be a very weak one. Well, look at the most heinous acts that are committed in society. Show me a strong, honorable, virtuous man of principle who's doing any of this stuff.
As Andrew Tate points out, weak individuals hurt those around them, but strong men create a stable and secure environment for everyone. By taking charge of your own life and building yourself up, you'll be better equipped to support and uplift others, creating a positive ripple effect in the world. Number 6, find a way to fix your problems and man up. Instead of wallowing in self-pity, Andrew Tate encourages us to face our challenges head-on.
And it's weak men who also attack anybody of virtue, because I think when you're weak, you're intrinsically unhappy. Yes. I don't think as a man you can be happy if you're weak. I think happiness and strength go hand in hand.
Yes.
I think that's how we're supposed to be, right? Even strength of mind, strength of conviction, strength of something. If you're weak, you're going to be miserable. So I do find satisfaction in the fact that most of the men who truly dislike me are miserable and weak. And also, like I said earlier about women being gatekeepers, women are fantastic. Women are a fantastic They're like a barometer for society. I would say you can measure the strength of a society or the virtue of a society or how decayed a society is largely by the actions of many women. I'd like to argue that point. I can argue that point in many different ways. But women really want their man to be strong.
Of course.
They will punish you for being weak. And I'm not saying you can never cry to your woman. I'm not saying you can never open up to your woman. But there's going to become a time where she expects you to just be capable. There's a problem. And even if you don't know how to fix it, your job as a man is to say, I'll handle it. Even if you have no money and no hope. And to go find a way to fix the problem. If you're weak and go, I don't know, she becomes very resentful towards you. And she'll punish you for that weakness. And I think what she's trying to do on an evolutionary standard is inspire you to man up, because it's your job to protect her, isn't it? Of course.
By finding solutions and adopting a resilient mindset, you'll conquer adversity and emerge stronger than ever before. Number 7, don't be an emotionally led person. Andrew Tate emphasizes the importance of mastering our emotions, not letting them control us. By developing emotional intelligence, we make better decisions and navigate through life with clarity and purpose.
When you're an emotionally led person, you're more prone to chaos. It takes real stoicism to lead. So why are these women unhappy? Because no one's leading them. No fathers, no men of no backbone, no man they respect. So they're relying on society, which is promoting chaos, and their own mental state. Women will say all the time, my period was coming up, so I was crazy. Like, they'll say that themselves. So without any kind of hard rock of emotional security, to give her a hug and say, don't worry, baby, calm down, it's okay. When you have no hard rock of emotional security and you leave her to her own devices, she's going to be to a degree chaotic. And you know who told me this? A woman said this to me. A woman said, most women are closer to a mental breakdown than you possibly believe, day by day. I was like, really? She goes, yeah, and that's what I love about my husband. He makes me feel happy and secure and safe. If I'm starting to have a problem, I know I go to him and he makes me feel safe. He's my rock. There's a woman said this to me a long time ago.
Yes.
So why are women miserable? Because where are they going to get their happiness from? Where are they going to get their emotional stability from? It's not their job. I don't believe it's a woman's job to be emotionally stable. It's a woman's job to do many other very important things that men can't do. More important. They're better than men at a lot of things, women are. But it's our job to be emotionally stable. Women are better than us at certain things. We're better at other things. And that's why as a team, we're so powerful. To sit and pretend we're all the same the whole way through, then why do we even need each other anymore?
Now, my champions, you've heard the wisdom of Andrew Tate, and it's time to take action. Incorporate these principles into your life and witness the transformation unfold. Subscribe to our channel for more life-changing advice like this and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on empowering content. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to leave a comment below, letting me know how these principles have impacted your life. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let's build a community of extraordinary men together. Stay tuned for more incredible content, and until next time, stay driven, stay focused, and keep winning.